warned, it's LuAnna, and this podcast contains honest, upfront opinions, rants, bants, and general explicit content. But you're here. Happy Monday, motherfuckers!
We've got to say Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Happy New Week.
Hasn't this year just flown?
Oh, my God.
Hasn't it? I sound like my mother.
It has.
But
we're like mid-April.
I'm just like, it feels honestly like yesterday it was Christmas.
I know.
And that I was in New Year in Dubai with you. Like, doesn't that feel literally a couple of weeks ago?
Since then, we've been skiing. 2 months, we're going to be in France together.
Yes. Oh
we're
my God.
We're LuAnna on tour. We've gone global this year.
So
I'm
global.
also trying to persuade Anna to come to Dubai again for Christmas.
Yay. I want to come.
We'll just book it then because you're going to pay more.
We'll do it.
You're so slow.
Babes.
I can't be you.
Well, that's a good thing. You
Can
do
you just
you.
book
I
it?
do me. Lou likes to do.
It's
This
so
is Lou. This is
annoying.
Lou. Light bulb idea does it.
That is me.
That
if
is
I
you.
got the idea, I'd just do it, book it, bish, bash, bosh.
You do.
That is just my personality. Anna.
I like to think things through.
I think, what are you thinking about for that long?
It's fucking New Year. We've got to have a new house. We've got family. Do we want to be in Lapland?
No,
do we want
you
to be
don't.
in Sicily? Do we want to be at my parents? There's a lot of people to consider. We haven't considered it yet.
Just come to Dubai though. Our whole yacht cruise
We
there.
would love to come.
Oh, Nick and Nicole moved to Dubai yesterday.
Yeah.
They
They're
sent me a
out,
little
they're out.
picture of
Are
them
they
on
enjoying
the
it?
plane. Well, they've only been there for like one day. But yeah,
it.
they couldn't wait to get out of England. And the little picture was so
Aw.
cute and like of them and the little girls. And I was like, oh guys, I feel totes mush.
Good for them.
But don't worry, I'm going to be spending half my time there too, so it's fine.
Exactly. It'd be splitting yourself. Get best of both worlds.
Oh, sunshine.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I mean, we're April. I mean,
That's crazy, isn't it?
I mean, it's crazy to think of New Year plans, but I do also appreciate you have to get it booked before that shit gets overpriced.
Got to book it.
We'll
Let's
be
just
there.
pause because Lydia's bringing
Bringing.
drinks.
I mean, well, we can. Well, thank you. Oh, your nails are
working.
nice, Bex.
Bex always has nice nails. Thanks, Lids.
She does actually. Oh, thank you, darling. Oh, fuck.
Is it really hot?
Yep.
Well, that's a cheap cup then, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not insulated.
It's all right. You lot.
Hold
right,
it on the
weak-
top. Yeah, it's hot, isn't it?
No.
Fucking is. You're just
It's
poker
not
facing.
hot.
it.
I'm not poker facing it. I have asbestos fingers because I was a professional baker, remember?
Actually, to be fair, you were.
So I think
And
that...
you normally have your hands in horse shit and
Yeah,
like
and
doing...
I sandpapered my fingers that time I got arrested.
You did actually. You have no
So-
nerve endings in your fingers.
Yeah, no. They're
Anyway,
gone.
what are we talking about? I don't know what it's. Well, it's,
What's
it's
up? I'm
Easter.
currently
it's
in
Easter
Dubai.
and fun. Yeah, you're in the dudes.
Oh, I just need sunshine in my life. Can we just talk about this? And is England going to get any hotter? It's been a long, hard winter.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind it. I quite like seasons. I do love
I
a season.
don't.
Oh, I do.
don't.
I love to the
I don't want
transitions
a
of
fucking
seasons.
season.
Bex
My
is into
skin
it.
is dry.
What about you, Ems? Do you like a season?
I love a season.
I love
Oh,
a season.
you lot can all fuck off. Quite frankly, my skin is dry. My hair is dry. My vag, dry.
I mean, we know that.
Everything is dry.
like Sahara.
Everything is cold. Everybody is miserable.
You don't like the cold, do you? No,
I just- everyone's
I like the
fucking
little seasons.
miserable.
No, I like a little bit of a.
Oh, we're dragging
A li-
ourselves around. We wake up, it's dark. We go to bed, it's dark.
Not anymore, babes. It's
Okay,
the
not
sun is
anymore,
It's
but
Easter
still.
bunnies and sheep and lambs and daffodils and it's fun. But yeah,
Go fuck herself and get me to the beach. Do you know what? I was. We've spoken about my mate Charlie before. haven't
you
we?
were gonna, you teased us with this.
He works at Global. I then forgot to say it after mentioning it. The funniest thing happened to him the other day.
You
Right?
teed it up now.
I'm gonna talk about this. I don't
what
think he'll
happened
mind. Hi Charlie, if you're listening. This was a few weeks ago, but I'm bringing it up now because it's cracking me up. Now Charlie works for the same company we work for,
You do.
Global.
That's
So
right.
I hope everybody's listening on Global
Keeping
Player.
it in the fam.
And Global have big fancy pants office in Leicester Square that Anna and I can never be asked to go to. Hence why we have a studio in Champions
It's all just a bit scary.
We're the laziest
it's like
podcasters
big, scary,
they employ.
big, scary, bossy type place. So we just
I
like
don't
to
find
hide.
it scary.
It's not scary. No, it's not scary at all. We just like being
Do
in
you
the
know
back,
what happened
the back
last time
garden.
I was in Global? We were doing a photo shoot and I walked past a little room and it was all dark and cozy and nice. And I went, oh, is that like a little napping room?
Oh, God, I remember
And
this.
then the guy was like, no, it's the prayer room. And I was like, well, that's very progressive, isn't it? You get them in Dubai, even in the
I
shopping
think
malls.
a lot of places have a prayer room
Really?
nowadays, yeah.
Well, that's
little-
very good.
yeah.
Anyway, basically,
Go on, what did Charlie say?
Charlie puts on his Instagram I have to share one of the most bizarre stories of my entire life as I keep thinking about it and randomly laughing. It happened yesterday morning. This was a few weeks ago, guys. Yesterday at work, global headquarters, we were doing some commercial work with our clients at Paramount Plus, celebrating the launch of the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles film. Now, I loved them when I was growing up.
I love a bit of
Me and my
Turtles.
brother, every morning.
Hero in a half shell.
Yeah.
Turtle power.
And we'd just loved it with some brilliant global talent.
Hang on, who was your favourite turtle?
I can't remember his name, but Michelangelo.
That was the orange one.
Yeah, I think I liked him.
I like Raphael.
Yeah,
the red
Raphael.
one. Yeah.
Who were the others?
Donatello and Leonardo.
Yes.
And then there was Master Shredder, until I got a boy.
Yeah.
Master Shredder, Splinter.
I like Michelangelo. Oh, joy. Right.
I think they were quite fit. Like, I'd say Raphael was quite fit. Like, if you were going to shag a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, who would it be? It would be Michelangelo, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Or their cartoon.
No,
I would
shag Raphael.
Turtles, and I would not shag any of them.
Imo, who would you shag?
She's
Which
a
turtle?
lesbian.
Well, they've
so
all
no.
got
No.
exactly the same face. They just have different colours. Bandanas.
They're quite, they're quite hench, aren't they, though?
I'll take Donatello.
Yeah, so Imo's going to take Donatello, which means Bex, have got Leonardo.
And I'll do Michelangelo.
Yeah.
So basically, we're now having an orgy
with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Carry
Great.
on.
We've just murdered Charlie's little story.
We
here.
have. Sorry, carry on.
Right. So it says, I was waiting for the Turtles to arrive at the office, big global headquarters in Leicester Square, as you do, ready to show them where they're going to go to get changed / become turtles before filming. The security, as we know, you go in and you get your security badge and then you get handed over. The security hand me over a team of 6 individuals, all looking rather gorgeous, including a tall blonde lady dressed in full head to toe glam with a full team with her. I'm instantly questioning why in God's name would she be getting out of her stunning outfit to put on a turtle costume? So much went through my head. Perhaps she was a stunt double, ready to actually go ninja in the outfit.
She could have been Master Shredder.
Maybe this is what showbiz is like. Anyway, after carrying a Louis Vuitton suitcase and Nadim Marabi dress bag, we're big fans of Nadim Marabi, up the stairs alongside this team of 6 people, I was asking them about life as turtles and how cool I thought it was. I asked them each to sign into our security system, at which point the blonde lady did look totally confused. As she starts typing, she looks at me and says, "You do realise that I'm Natasha Bedingfield?" I'm here for a heart breakfast interview. My face dropped.
It was Natasha
I
Bedingfield.
thought, no way. I'd spent so much time discussing with her being a turtle. And I spent so much time discussing this with the singer of Unwritten, who in fact is not a turtle. I can't stop thinking about it. I'm never going to forget this.
Oh my God, it was Natasha
And then
Bedingfield.
He's put up a little picture after.
Charlie.
For context.
Oh yeah, go on.
The turtles and him.
So we did get the turtles.
I'm going to send that
to
to our social media group. Sorry, so that.
Oh my God, imagine. Well, I mean, this does also spark, I'd say, a bit of a LuFannian, come on, give us your stories on.
God bless
brilliant.
Charlie.
I mean, look, definitely you'd shag Raphael. Just saying. I think we should throw this out to, and actually anyone, Ims, Lou, do you have any stories of mistaken identity? When you've actually met someone or you thought someone was somebody else and then it comes and bites you in the ass.
Have you
'Cause
ever?
I have.
I have. No,
So
but the
Zims,
worst,
go on.
the worst
Tell yours
is when
first.
like someone comes up to you.
Oh God, I think you're someone else.
I know.
Oh.
No, someone comes up and they just want to like. It's not because you're Anna. It's
Right.
not because I'm Louisa. It's something else.
Something
and
else.
you're like,
Yeah.
oh, do you want a
hi.
picture? Hi. And they're like, what? I just was asking you for
Move
like
your
the
car.
time or like, it's so embarrassing. I have done that a few times.
I've done that and never again will I do that. I did the
So
whole hi.
awkward.
I was like, oh
Yeah.
no, you actually don't know
You
who
want a
I am
picture
at
and
all.
they've got no fucking clue.
No
They
clue.
want to talk to you about something totally
Totally
unrelated.
irrelevant. It does put you down to earth, which is good. It's humbling.
Good.
Ims, go
Down
on,
a
you're
peg or
giggling.
two.
What's your story of I met someone, mistaken identity stories? LuFannians, it's over to you after this.
So not like super mistaken identity,
Hmm.
but I play a lot of netball, as a lot of you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to play netball with a girl called Jess,
Mm-hmm.
who was part of our team for a bit and just played sporadically. Anyway, she hadn't played with us for a long time. Anyway, I was in the pub with a friend and I noticed a girl walk in who I really recognised. And I looked at her and I thought, we know each other, and I
I know
don't know
you.
where from.
That's how it
so
starts.
awkward.
Oh.
It's so bad. And we looked at each other, and we both smiled at each other, and she was clearly on a date or something.
Oh.
Anyway, she came over,
Yeah.
Oh no.
and I was just
She's
as
trying
she
to
was
look
taking her steps
populacy on her
towards
date.
me.
Yeah.
I was just thinking,
How do I know you?
I
How
can't
do I know
remember
you?
your name.
Yeah.
I can't remember your name. I
the
don't know who you
worst.
are. I know who you are, but I don't know who you are.
Yeah, I hate it.
So we just, hi, how are you?
Oh, it's so
How are you
awkward.
okay?
Lovely
Yeah.
to see
See you, babe. Because I can't remember your actual name.
Yeah, literally.
Hun.
I was like, oh, so how you doing? I was like, oh, so do you still live around here then? And she's like, yeah. I don't know why I said that.
Yeah,
She was like,
that was a bold question.
I'm down the road. And I was like, oh yeah, cool, fab. Why are you here? Oh, I'm on a date. Right. Anyway, wrapped it up quite quickly. She walked off like she's a crazy person. She clearly doesn't know who I am. And then I was like,
Then it dawned on
fuck.
you.
That's Jess, and I know where she lives because I've walked her home before.
Oh.
Well, you didn't know she still lived there.
Well, I can't remember what I said, but I think I alluded to like not knowing why she was in the area.
Oh no.
It was just bad.
She just
no, I think
felt-
I said like, oh, do you live around here then?
Oh no.
Oh.
And she probably thought, oh, you shallow bitch.
Yeah, I know.
You're
To
not,
be fair,
obviously.
it
You
felt
meet
really
a lot
awful.
of people.
I
in
know.
your job.
And also you never know. It's true. We do meet a lot of people in our jobs as well. Like as you say, you don't know if you know them.
Have
met
I
them
told
once.
you about the guy that came up to me before when I was filming The Apprentice?
Go on.
So basically, we're on task, right, filming The Apprentice, and we were in, I don't know, like Portobello Market or somewhere like that. We'd opened like a fruit and veg stall. So I was like in the street, you know, trying to garner people. So obviously there's like quite a lot of cameras around. And this guy comes up to me, and I thought he was coming up because it was The Apprentice, and it's quite obvious when you're
Yeah.
filming The Apprentice.
Yeah.
Like you got Nick or Karen there. Well, it's Nick in my time now. It's
All the OG.
who's the guy
It's,
now? That,
I've worked with him. Oh, he's a lovely man.
what's he
Oh,
called?
for goodness sake.
What's
He
the
won
guy
it.
that did?
Tim.
Yeah, Tim.
Tim.
So anyway, in my day, back my day, 13 years ago now, 12 years ago. Anyway, so I'm on task, and this guy comes up to me, and I was thinking, oh, he's like coming up just because, and he's like, hi, Louisa, and I was like, that's weird. He knows my name, and I was like, hi. Bearing in mind, I'm mic'd up, right? So there's a whole production crew that can hear
That can
this
listen,
interaction
yeah.
that is also being filmed. And I'm like, hi, you all right? Like really confused. And he was like, you don't remember me, do you?
Oh, I hate that sentence.
And I was like, no.
Because in that moment, you're like, did I have sex with you? Did
Yeah,
I?
I was like, no, I don't remember you.
And?
I had shagged him.
No.
Yeah,
You actually had.
yeah. At like
You said no.
at a crazy party I'd been to.
Oh my God.
And
You're
I
on
don't
mic.
I'm on mic.
And he's going, "Do you remember
like,
me?"
do you remember me from that orgy? And I didn't remember him because it was like a party, like a big party.
Hang on, were
and
you
then
the one with the massive penis?
it was,
or the one?
it was the most awkward moment of my life.
How did you get out of that?
Well, I was just like, I don't remember you.
Also, like, what was he thinking going up to someone? Like, who does that?
I know.
Like, surely what happens in an
it had
orgy
been
stays
like
in an orgy,
years.
yeah?
And also it wasn't like it was like a Killing Kittens party, right?
Oh,
Where you
yeah,
go
yeah,
and
yeah.
it's like a nightclub and there's a bar, there's
Yeah.
like hundreds of people, and then
Yeah.
people just do whatever they want. It's all
just
very
quite
liberal.
chill, yeah.
Yeah, and I don't remember shagging him. I don't think I shagged him. I think he was just saying
Wishful
that.
thinking.
Well,
Wishful
I
thinking.
might have shagged him. But anyway, yeah, I had no idea. It was so awkward. 'Cause
Hi, Nick.
obviously
Hi, Lord Sugar.
Yes, I'm trying to be on The Apprentice and all professional. And I'm like, fuck off, you dick.
Bet this makes a Daily Mail headline.
Oh, no.
I bet it does. Well, that's hilarious and really cringy and embarrassing.
Awful.
Not half as bad.
I was trying to sell fruit and veg.
veg, and now he comes up.
He was talking to me about his meat
Do you
and two
remember? I
veg.
was to say, Ray, do you remember my
Actually, I think
banana?
we were selling
Hey.
ostrich burgers or something weird like that.
Ooh.
I think.
Oh wow, yeah, as you say, yeah. Well, my one was I think I've told this before actually, but I used to have singing lessons
Yeah.
in Fulham when I used to live in London. Dance Attic, it's quite a sort of sceney place for
Okay.
like singers, dancers, musical theatre
Like
people.
Pineapple Studios. Did you ever go there?
Yeah, it's like that.
That's very intimidating.
Yeah.
Have you been there, Imo, to Pineapple Studios in Covent Garden?
I've not, but I want to go.
I'll
Yeah,
go with you
it's-
now that I'm more confident within my dancing ability.
Yeah. So basically, Pineapple. Yeah. So Fulham Dance Attic,
Yeah.
sort of similar type vibe. But that just happened to be where my singing teacher used to be.
Yeah.
So But I remember going in for my singing lesson, and there was this guy sitting on the steps, like outside, like a dancer. And it was when I was more in my theatre world a bit as well. And this guy was sitting outside, just like having a chill, clearly just in the middle of having a break, sitting there. Well, I looked at him and thinking, oh, I know him. Again, just in that moment, couldn't work out the content. So I launched myself on him. I was like, oh my God, babe, so good to see you. Hug, kiss. No. Fair play to the guy. He was like, he did stiffen a bit, as in, that whole he was like, hi, you're right. And I was like, yeah, like, how are you? Thinking, have you been a dancer or something that I've worked with? Or like, have we been in Panto together or something? I was like, anyway, it wasn't until I walked in and walked up and had a moment of recollection on the stairs. I have no idea. I have never met this man in my life. Oh. It is Will Young.
Oh, no!
Who was at the time rehearsing for a new dance video. He was doing a new single. He was with his team dancers. He'd just stepped out for a breath of fresh air, was sat on the steps. I accosted him like he was a big friend of mine. And it was only until I walked, I went, oh, what a dick.
That's so awkward.
So awkward. And fair play to Will Young. He poker-faced it quite well.
Oh.
Quite well.
Oh,
it was really obvious he didn't know me, and I really felt I knew him. Like, the penny dropped far too late.
And you do launch yourself at people, and you are very tactile,
very over. And I did, and I was in that proper like West End Wendy.
Sorry, guys.
Pardon you, in that real kind of like, oh hi guys, like theatre world, real lovey, like theatre lovey, babes, like embracing. And it was. I was like, what a bellend. He doesn't even know me. He has hired that studio with his team to rehearse for whatever music video he is doing.
Do you know what? Also, just on this subject, what happened to me only a couple of weeks ago. So I went to this event, this Kids Bop event, right? You couldn't go to. Yeah. And anyway, like years and years ago, I'd had a friend. Anyway, I can't remember why we fell out.
Had one friend.
Had a friend. Anyway, I don't think I fell out with her. I think she fell out with me, and I didn't really care. And I can't remember. Classic me, because I'm like, oh, whatever.
Whatever.
But basically, I don't know. I couldn't tell you even what it was about. But going to this Kids Bop, and then she's there.
No.
She obviously momentarily forgot that we'd fallen out.
Oh.
And she was like, hi, how are... and then she like sort of stopped. It was very stilted. And I was just like, hey, how are you?
Yeah, you're not like that.
I'm not like that at all. And I was like, it's really nice to see you.
People confuse that, I think, with you. You are like you will...
She'd got married. Cool. She'd had 2 kids. I mean, it's been like 10 years. No, it's been like 10 years since I've spoken to her or like we used to be like spend quite a bit of time together.
Just sort of
and I was
out,
like, oh, congrats. And it was she's quite an awkward person anyway, and it was really, really awkward. And then I just went and I was chatting to my friends that were there, and then like later on I kind of was like talking to her again a bit, and then I just like walked off, and then at the end she was like, oh, I'm like really sorry. And I was like, honestly, it's fine. Like I can't even...
What, sorry about the friendship thing?
Yeah, and I was like, it's fine, don't worry about it. Like I can't even remember like what it was about. But yeah, how funny. It was really awkward. Like, really awkward. Yeah. I don't hold grudges as well. No, I do, but not against her, because I actually can't remember why the fuck we fell out. It's all right.
But you are actually really... But this is what I love about you, and so many people love about you. You just call it as it is. Yeah. Like, and you're very black and white.
I can't remember. If I feel really wronged, I don't ever let it go. But obviously I don't with her, because it's fine.
But you're also quite good at just going, look, do you know what? Let's just not worry about it. Life's
leave it on the wave behind, bitches.
Yeah, bitches.
Except the drone flyer, I will never forgive.
Oh, yeah, to be fair, he's,
Anyway.
He's on the blacklist.
Can't talk about that on here.
Listen, do you know what we're going to do right now, though? What we can talk about
is Imo.
It's time for
Did You Know With Imo? Dun, dun, dun.
Did you know that there is about 1/10 of a gram of poo in the average pair of underwear?
Oh. I mean, I'd say that's optimistic.
So over 10 days, you've got a gram of shit.
I guess so, yeah.
People spend a lot of money on a gram.
Don't do drugs, kids. I think
I don't. Can I just say that when I poo, I'm very clean. I could honestly poo without wiping. That's how good my sphincter is.
I would also like to throw myself into the camp of fairly decent poodinis over here.
Are you sure? Because you've got a lot of stories, Anna, about poo incidents, haven't you? Let's just go back and think about this. When you pooed on your ex.
Okay, it was a long time ago though.
When you pooed on the fairground ride.
Yeah, to be fair, that was a shart.
When you pooed on your leg.
Yeah.
So
To be fair,
I'm not
we
sure.
just disproved that massive claim, haven't we?
Yeah, I'm not sure yours are as clean cut as you would like to think they are.
Clinkers. Yeah, I'd say I probably then fall into that statistic. I'd say kids really fall into that statistic.
I mean, I'd say they're at like
they've always
at
got
least
skiddos. They've
they're
got
at
they've
least
got a ton.
5 grams.
I'd say a ton of shit in those skiddy pants every day. I mean, it's like, what do you do?
Oh, it's because they don't wipe properly.
Actually, this is I don't know if you have with I know my little baby Elle, like bless her heart.
They're
Like,
going to hate us. We shouldn't talk about Elle skidders.
no, I'm not talking about Elle skidders. I'm not. No, I'm really not.
We need to protect Elle skidders.
I'm always going to protect my little Elle. But it's more around kids. If I was to have every little mini rant, it would be around children, the amount of bog roll they have to use.
Yeah.
Like, no, it's only because I saw her the other day come off the loo.
She's like used half of roll.
And she's there, and she's got the
they just
like a bloody Andrex puppy, and I was like, darling. And then Enzo's
You're
better.
gonna block the
Yeah, she
toilet.
doesn't flush it half the time. But I'm not joking.
yeah.
There was like a little. It was poking
Mound.
over the top, like
Stop.
the sort of the bound of. And so I keep teaching her.
Well,
you know,
you're in that rental now. You need to protect the pipes.
bloody right. I do. Well, having said that, we got my lovely landlord now who's straight in to go and clear it out. But I did say to her, I was like, sweetie, so I'm teaching her how to fold because I'm like, she's like, bang, bang, bang. But I was like, no, darling, like
Don't crinkle.
she's using like
fold.
20 sheets of that stuff. I'm like, you just need 3 max on a fold. She's learning. She's learning.
Oh, so cute.
I know, they are so sweet. But we do
Great when they start wiping their own bums.
Oh, it's a rite of passage, Lou.
All 3 of mine have always gone, can somebody wipe my bum?
Is anyone? I need to be wiped. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's true. I don't think you've actually made it into the
I'm back
parent
to
sphere.
wiping bums now. Clemmy's got a broken arm.
Oh yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Mine. I think just they're perfectly capable of wiping. I just think they enjoy.
I think they like someone
they
else.
enjoy having a slave.
Wouldn't you?
An arse wiper.
If you could have someone wipe
your
no,
arse.
I wouldn't. I know. I just wouldn't. Would you? You would.
Probably.
Would you, Imo?
I'm not
I
sure
reckon-
I'd like it.
Do we think that, like, the royal family, do they wipe their own bums?
Oh, now there's a vision.
Kate and Will definitely wipe their own bums.
So one of my favourite films ever.
Charles, maybe not.
One of my favourite films is Coming to America, right? And that's one of the famous quotes there. They have the royal wipers because
Oh, really?
they do. Yeah, Eddie Murphy's character, King Jaffe Joffer, they have the royal arse wipers.
King Jeffrey.
The
I've
royal-
never seen this
you know,
film.
Oh, it's best film in the world ever. Honestly, the royal penis is clean, Your Highness.
Oh
yeah.
On that
Then
note,
where would it stop?
Because Emma's really going for this.
If
What do
you
you mean?
had your period, would they be
They
doing
put a
that one
tampon
for
in.
you too?
yeah. I reckon some like royal Arabs, yeah. I reckon they have that. I don't know.
It's a good question.
Oh, I don't think I'd like someone else
No.
pulling out my moon cup.
No, I think personal hygiene and health should be done by one's person.
By one's
Unless
self.
you're my kids and you're upstairs and you can scream at the top of your lungs for me to come up and be
Wipe
their
your bum.
arse wiper.
Well, listen, if you want to employ your own arse wiper, you could.
How much? Here's the question. How much would it take for you to take a job as someone's arse wiper?
For how long?
A live-in arse wiper.
It's
but
not
for
that
what years?
labour intensive.
Exactly.
Well, what if someone's got Crohn's? That'll be bad.
Or IBS.
Yeah. That's what I meant.
Or loved curry.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I'd need £1/4 for that shit.
What, a year?
Really?
Is that it?
Yeah. Well, what would you do?
Oh no,
What would
I'd
you-
do it for less than that.
Yeah, I thought Imo would.
What?
Yeah.
Wiping someone's ass a quarter
It's
of a
way
million
less
a year.
work than I currently do.
I mean, arguably,
Yeah,
you
but
wipe
gonna
our
have to
asses
be
every
on-
week, Imo.
You're going to have to be on call the whole time. You don't just
There
shit
has
9 to
cut-off.
5.
There has to be a cut-off. You'd have to have a double shift
Yes,
going
it's a
on.
24-hour
Job.
day,
Can't I
365
share it
days
with
a year.
someone else on
Yeah,
shift?
you do job
What?
share.
So what you want to do? 12 hours each?
I'd do a 12-hour shift as an arse wiper
I'll
for
take
$1/4
the
mil.
night time.
Because
Sit
that
there
might not
asleep.
go.
Yeah.
Or 7 till 7 you'll do.
I mean, this is the question.
You've got that after
Lu-
dinner
Lu-
shit then.
Yeah, that's true. And
Look,
the morning,
I just wouldn't do it. Full stop. Well, no amount of money.
no amount of money.
Well, maybe 10 million for a year. I'd do it.
Okay, fine.
I'd sacrifice a year of my life.
That's your benchmark.
The night shift.
LuFannians, if anyone ever says this is not an eye-opening educational podcast, they would be right. Right, messages. Lou, do you want to kick us off with Doreen?
Doreen has got a meet the in-laws story for us, which we love. She says,
here we go.
Picture the scene. Was dating this guy and our relationship gets to the point of staying over at his. He lived with his parents, so after a boozy night out and a bit of jiggy the morning after, I go downstairs to get us both a glass of water. Now, pay attention. Here I am in the kitchen at the sink with my back to the doorway, and all of a sudden I hear a man's voice say, "Oh, you must be Doreen." So I turn round, ready to eagerly greet the new father-in-law, to be faced with a 60-something man, stark bollock naked.
Oh.
Trying to maintain eye contact and act cool as a cucumber, and that this was perfectly normal for a Sunday morning, we continue to engage in conversation of, "Tell me about yourself. I've heard a lot about you." Internally, I'm dying, thinking, get me the fuck out of here. I go back upstairs and say to the boyfriend, "Your dad seems nice," whilst the image of wiry ginger proofs was making me want to heave. Little did I know, this would be a frequent occurrence. Seeing both parents walk around the house starkers, the mum sunbathing with all her glory on show, concern set in, thinking, this is not a normal household. So I had to face up to that awkward conversation of asking my boyfriend outright what the fuck is going on. And then I was to learn they're naturists, of course.
Of course they were.
Many, many years on, the image of the father remains one I still can't unsee. I must add that Ice Age films have continued to haunt me because Scrat the Squirrel instantly comes to mind. 7 movies on, the pain remains real.
Yeah, no one wants to see that.
So they were just naturists, giving no shits.
Remind me another time.
Do your balls hang low?
Do these things too. And for the time where, did I ever tell you about when I was at actual Champneys once with my mum and we got woken up in the middle of the night by a very poor man, unfortunately. Poor man and had a bit of a funny turn. I don't know if I'll leave you on a cliffhanger with that one because I think we're running out of time for this ep. But if you want me to tell you that story,
yes,
about
put it in the notes for next week.
Put it in the notes. Let's just say my mother and I saw it far more than we should ever see in our whole life.
We need to hear that story next week.
Pop it in. Say the Champneys midnight story. Right, message from Anonymous. So Seeley.
Oh, nice name.
Morning all. I've been debating whether to message in to seek advice, but to be honest, I think that you're the only ones who can give it to me. I can't really speak to my friends or family, as all will have their own opinions, and many are animal lovers, as I am, but will give a very one-sided view. Okay, you've come to the right place. But if a different kind of dilemma, that it's a bit of a different kind of level than your usual stories that the LuAnna community write in about. As Anna would say, settle in peeps. Okay, here we go, guys. Listening ears on. A bit of a background. Switch them on, as we say to the kiddies. Right, a bit of a background story, just to add some context. Me and my husband had a dog for 15 years, and sadly she passed away 2 years ago. I was absolutely heartbroken, as she was my little confidant. When I'd had a bad day at work with the children, I would talk to her and she would just give me a look and say, "I know, Mum. That's what animals do." They're amazing. For an entire year, I would look at dogs, local rescues. I would love to have a dog, but knew that I would be the one to do everything with and for a new pet. And I just didn't think I had the capacity. However, still grieving and persuaded to go and look at some local puppies, I caved and we got a dog. Sprint forward a year, and the last year has been one of the most challenging I have ever experienced. I've paid for training, I've followed through with the training, the sleepless nights have been worse than a newborn at times. My husband is a very keen gardener, and she has destroyed many plants and fruit trees that he has been trying to grow for years. However, this has become my problem. She's also a very noisy and energetic dog who likes to nibble. I have 2 young children and she has at times bitten and scratched. However, I've always put this down to she's a puppy and it will get better. It's got to the point now, me and my husband are arguing daily about the dog. It's obviously all my fault, as I have to take sole responsibility for the dog. I work, I do all the school runs, I do all the housework, all the extracurricular activities, everything. I feel so overwhelmed. I feel stressed constantly, like I'm walking on eggshells because of the dog and the issues she is causing. My husband has to drive for several hours every day to commute to work and is on the road a lot throughout the day. He's now saying if I have an accident and die, it's because of the dog, as he's so tired. Oh, this isn't helpful, is it? Of course, this makes me even more stressed and anxious. I honestly don't think we have the capacity to have a dog in our lives, but I was grieving for our old dog and the joy she brought to us all, so got another, and it's just not working out. He wants the dog gone, but I feel like I have failed if I did this, and I've always said if you do get a dog, it's for the long haul and could cause the dog so much distress by uprooting them. I just don't know what to do. I can't continue with the daily arguments and misery this is causing, and I cannot feel like a failure by giving up on the dog. I'm sorry if I've waffled. This morning's been particularly hard. I'm currently sat in the car park waiting to go to work. I'm a nurse for the NHS, which comes with its own stresses. Love you all, long-term listener. I couldn't ever be without you.
Shall I tell you what to do
relate to this,
as an animal lover? Rehome the dog.
Absolutely.
It's not fair on the dog. Right, firstly, you're not the only people that can look after this dog. There are so many families or just individuals, a couple, a singleton that would love this dog more than you love the dog.
Or
right?
able to have the capacity
and able to have the capacity to look after the dog in the capacity that it needs. You'll get someone that loves walking, that will take the dog out for hours, that will take the dog to the beach, that can really dedicate time to the dog. Clearly the dog's not suited to a home with children either, which I think is a massive thing. And,
yeah, you're right.
You know, people say this about dogs, and then it makes me think about horses and how we buy horses and then we sell them when we're when, especially with children's ponies, right?
That's
you know,
right, yeah.
Haggis, Clemmy's little Shetland, has
we
now
had it,
gone to his
it's
new
cool,
home. I mean, we still own him because I actually would never sell him, but you know, he's still not at my home anymore, and he's being so loved and enjoyed by another little girl. Yeah. When Clemmy outgrows the pony, she knows that in order to get a new one, we will have to sell the pony to buy a new pony. And I don't think it's a bad thing accepting that this dog, this type of dog, this type of energy, breed, it obviously needs a lot more than you can give it. It's not a bad thing to accept that it's not the dog for you. Right. So let the dog go and be happy in a home with somebody else.
And there's no shame. I completely agree. There's no shame in that. I have three or four very good friends that have been in this situation. Lots of people got dogs after COVID.
It's cruel to keep the dog.
It is, but also I think what it comes down to, and I think where I'm going to tap into you, lovely lady, is I think this is about you and your feeling of sense of failure.
Yeah.
It's feeling about grieving, you know, your old dog as well. And I get it, your intentions are all good, but this is causing a huge strain on you, your family, your relationship. And as Lou said, you know, my mum always says this about animals. You know, they're not robots. Just because you had one dog, it doesn't mean your next one's going to be the same. You know, this is no sense of failure. And actually, what I would suggest, recently I went, and our good friend Pete Wicks, who does a lot with the Dogs Trust, is they're all around the UK, and there's plenty of other places that are equally amazing at rehoming. But, you know, I went around the Dogs Trust, for example, and actually, there's so many families on the wait list for dogs. Really? So because I was like, maybe we're thinking about maybe a dog at some point. You know, and I think you have this attitude. Or I definitely thought
romantic notions. You do have romantic notions.
You do,
and they're hard work animals.
They're really hard work, and you have to be. They are another child, and you don't have the capacity for it.
At least you can take a child to Sainsbury's with you.
Yes.
You can't take the dog.
No, and they need to be let out every few hours, depending on the breed. I went around the Dogs Trust, and actually, what was lovely is so many of the dogs. I was thinking there must be just surplus dogs and. No, it's quite. You have to almost like you are.
Booking and
there's so many families that
and
want dogs. So I would say, don't feel bad. To Lou's point, give the dog a home that wants it, and it's not causing. I have 4 fat friends that have had this predicament, and every single one of them felt like you did and had the same challenges with family, and they all felt a bit bad, but the outcome has been really positive. The dogs are happy, the families are less stressed. Just it's fine to admit it's not worked for you on this one.
100%. And also, can I just say that if you are going to rehome your dog, please do it via a charity like the Dogs Trust. Please don't put the dog on Facebook.
No, you're absolutely right.
And give it away for free to the first person that will have it, because that's not a responsible way to rehome.
Those rehoming centres are brilliant.
They
are brilliant.
The homes, and
they're fantastic.
So please do it correctly, but just let the dog live its best life
and then you
with
can
people.
too.
And then you can as well.
Yeah. Good luck. Take the stress out. Message from Anonymous. So Nigel, my story dates back to my early teenage years when in S2?
S2 is second year in Scotland and Ireland. It was about year 9.
Got it. Okay. So my story dates back to my early teenage years when in S2...
How do you know that, Imo?
How do you know everything, Imo?
I just know.
She just knows. She's the oracle.
Her brain must be so big.
So big.
You must use a lot of your brain.
Yeah.
I don't think I use a lot of mine.
Imo's like Mensa shit.
I know lots of little bits about.
You know a lot about.
Do you know what we should all do? This will be quite funny.
Mensa test.
We should all do an IQ test, a LuAnna IQ test.
Let's do that. I'm up for that.
Shall we? We should do that on socials, Bex. Make a note of it.
Make a note, Bex, please. Right, so anyway, high school. Boys face the terrifying ordeal of the school medical, when the nurse would check your balls, check the balls are all good by cupping and asking you to cough.
Checking they've dropped.
Well, I think it's they all just did I don't know.
Can't imagine they still do that.
Anyway, as the date of the medical neared, the older boys who had been through the experience took great pleasure in hyping up the whole thing. Which you remember that with the vaccines? I remember lining up for my BCG.
I remember skipping school the day of my BCG.
Everyone's crying. Everyone's in reality, you go in, poke, done, out.
Yeah,
do you know
and
what I mean?
everyone was like, "It's so many big needles. It's a massive needle, and you get the scar." But I never did it.
I did the BCG. But have you malted milk? Have you squat? I mean, it's such a fuss made, isn't it? Anyway, took great pleasure in hyping up the whole thing with tales of pupils getting excited and how this would be mortifying if it was to happen. I mean,
you're going to get a boner, mate.
Oh, poor boys. One particular story involved how overexcited boys would have their members whacked by a disgusted nurse with a cold metal spoon. All myth, of course. You'd be terrified, wouldn't you, if you were a boy?
So funny.
Anyway, back in those days, I was particularly prone to unwanted erections, and the idea of this happening in a cold room with a complete stranger genuinely gave me sleepless nights. I got male friends who said the same about swimming lessons, like getting a little stiffy and swimming. Like, awful. They used to run and jump in the pool. You know, you'd have to sit on the benches before you get in. You'd always know the boy with the stiffy. They'd run straight out the changing room and jump in the pool. My next door neighbour had some advice for me, however, as he'd gone through his medical the year before. His advice was the best way to ensure no unwanted boner was to rattle out a cheeky Thomas the Tank on the morning of the exam. So taking this on board, before school on the morning of the medical, I smuggled a few pages of a dirty magazine into the loo and tried to knock one out. Not sure why, but I wasn't able to get there. And my mum was soon yelling that it was time to leave for school. That might be why.
Trying to have a wank.
Oi, John!
Come on!
John, get out!
Time for school! Just a minute.
Yes. So off I went with a still fully loaded gun. Luckily enough, though, the school nurse did nothing for me. And by using a method of trying to do really tough mental arithmetic, I managed to keep the little guy down. There it is. The nurse, it's always like the Ali G, me nan on the bog, me nan on the bog, me nan on the bog. The nurse cupped my testes, I coughed, and all was good. Or so I thought. It turned out that my failed attempt at a wank had left some residue, an occurrence that I am now well aware of, but not so back in my adolescent days. Yeah. Anyway, as the nurse had completed her ball check, I looked down and the side of her hand lightly touched the end of my penis. And as she drew her hand away, a massive string of pre-cum stretched from her hand over to my bell end. Yes, I managed to control my unauthorised hard-on, but I left the room equally traumatised as the nurse reached for a paper towel. Oh, bless your heart. Oh, dear.
Oh, that's right.
Like a little slime trail from hand to bell.
Remember, if you want to get in touch, you can email us, LuAnna at
everythingluanna.com
or drop us a WhatsApp on 07745 266 947.
And don't forget as well, if you haven't followed us, do click follow now. Right, Newsy Bits. World's longest death row prisoner is given 3p for every minute behind bars after wrongful conviction. Wow, okay, so here we go. The world's longest serving prisoner on death row, he's been awarded an astonishing amount of money after being found not guilty. Now, unlike capital punishment in the films and the telly, being on death row in real life involves a lot of waiting around as inmates issue a series of appeals before taking their final last breath. And for good reason, as there's been numerous cases of innocent people finding themselves wrongly condemned over the years. Gosh. And of course, let's face it, it's a lot easier to free someone from prison than it is to unkill them.
Well, yes.
Exactly. So one person in the situation is a Japanese man, Iwa Hakamada, he's in central Japan, who spent 46 years behind bars after receiving a death sentence for the murders of his boss, the man's wife, and their 2 kids in 1966. Now, he was a former boxer. He repeatedly denied the accusations and convinced his innocence. The sisters of the guy led a tireless campaign to see how the 89-year-old now granted a retrial in 2014.
Gosh, he's 89.
I know, but he was back then, yeah. Where he was released from prison to serve his sentence at home due to his old age and frail health. He was subsequently acquitted last year, bloody hell, after a DNA test revealed that bloodstained clothing used to convict him had been placed at the scene after the attack took place. He was set up, mate. The defence team also argued investigators had carried out inhumane interrogations in order to get a confession from him. He's the 5th Japanese man on death row to receive a retrial, with all the other cases resulting in the death penalty being overturned.
So
following this, he's now received monetary compensation, which amounts to £1.1 million for the 47 years and 7 months he's spent behind bars. That works out 3p for, I mean, there's no money in the world, is there? For you've just lost your entire life. life.
not lived
You've
a life.
You've never lived your life. His legal team are arguing that financial payment isn't enough to compensate the trauma that spent of decades of being on death row that had in his mental well. I mean, what do you do though? They said no amount of money could compensate for this. Japan is one of 53 countries which still retain. I didn't think it was that many. Yeah.
53 countries.
Yeah, that still have the death penalty. The last execution was carried out in 2022.
What are the other 53? Obviously, America's the only one that springs.
I don't know. I'm making it up. Is it?
Let me find it.
Yeah, would you mind finding
53 countries still have the death penalty.
Wow.
As of March.
That's huge.
Massive.
Many still retain it, including China, Iran, Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, Saudi Arabia.
America.
Bali and
Syria,
places like
Somalia, Japan, Afghanistan.
It's a lot of Middle East.
And
then Indonesia, I think Malaysia. I have
to say that's really shocked me. That figures 53 countries still practice.
How many countries are in the world?
197, I think.
How do you know this, Imogen?
Oh, because I'm stupid and I play stupid little online
but guys,
quizzes
that is
of trying to name them.
The quarter of the world's countries still have the death penalty. That is astonishing to me in 2025.
Well, look, I think it's for the best. You might as well kill him instead of keeping them alive in prison. Well, unless in this instance you're actually innocent.
If they actually have done wrong.
Why keep paying for them if they're wrong uns in society? What's it? It adds nothing to society. But I guess to the point of this, because several appeals then do reveal later in life that. Well, that's good that you can have the appeals then, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Mind you, that the government was still paying for this dude.
How must you feel if you were that man at that man's family?
You knew that you're innocent.
God, there is no amount of money. What would you do with that money? I don't think I even want that money.
Well, it's probably dead now. It's 89
just
at this
awful.
point. It's actually lived quite a long life.
Bloody hell!
That he spent most of it in prison.
Yeah. Well,
that is wild.
Wild story.
Anyway, more of a LuAnna story here. Your farts could cure high blood pressure.
This is music to our ears.
Do you know, this makes actual sense for me because I have really low blood pressure.
Me too.
Why is that? Fart so much.
We flatulate.
So this says, although most of us find it quite embarrassing in case we're caught farting, not us, Anna.
Not us, babes.
We broadcast our flatulence to the world.
We actually do.
High flatulence could actually help with high blood pressure. Because there's basically some enzyme in the blood and then
hydrogen sulfate in flatus, formerly known as a fart. I'm going to flate.
It's produced by an enzyme in blood vessels where it relaxes them and lowers blood pressure.
You can imagine it though. It feels like because you're boiling up with a fart, aren't you? And then
well, it is. It's hydrogen sulfide, which is a toxic gas generated by bacteria living in the human gut. It has been shown to control blood pressure in mice. So there you go. If you've got high blood pressure,
fart more.
Eat your beans, because beans are good for your heart. The more you eat, the more you fart. The more you fart, the better you feel.
Oh,
so have beans with every meal.
Oh,
do you know a different rhyme to me?
The more you fart, the more you eat, the more you sit on the toilet seat.
I've never heard that one.
Yeah, I didn't hear that one. Oh, you learn something new every day, Lou.
Oh, we've been educated.
Oh, we have.
There you go.
Excellent.
Any other fart rhymes? Let us know.
Right, here we go. We are quite weird, and so are you lot, but let's see exactly what you've sent in this week. It's time for...
It's the Widow of the Week.
Anonymous So Ada. Hi, lovely ladies of LuAnna. I think I might be the Widow of the Week. I fancy the cartoon
it's like
king.
You and the Ninja Turtles.
This is like me wanting to have it off with Raphael. I fancy the cartoon king from the Royal Match app. Oh, I haven't seen that.
Never.
Oh, she's going to do a pick in a minute. You know the app that always pops up where you have to help the fit king escape falling sand and rocks. I don't know what her algorithms are throwing up.
I have more time. I don't have enough time to play games. Ain't no one playing with me.
Hang on. I don't know what it is about him. Maybe his big nose, as I always imagine men with big noses have huge cocks. Brilliant. Just thinking about how it now is giving me the fanny flutters.
Wow.
Ooh. I fantasize about him all the time. Needless to say, I always watch the ads for this game and I never skip. She's a marketeer's dream for that one.
He's like she's like those. What is it when you watch that porn? Like it's Japanese cartoon
like anime.
Porn. Yeah.
Is it anime or yeah.
You answered that a bit quickly, didn't you?
Did. I also fancy cartoon King Triton from The Little Mermaid. So maybe I have a thing for old cartoon kings. I'm definitely weird. Call me Ada. Okay,
That's
so here we
him.
have. I mean, I'll be honest. I
There
don't
he
fancy
is.
that man. I don't
Nah,
fancy that.
I haven't got funny flatters.
Not for him.
However,
Go on.
Imo's flattering.
I think were he to be a human man, he'd be a bit of a silver fox.
I hear you. This also
Yes.
plays into, remember ages ago, because one of my friends has admitted to fancying the sexy fox from the Disney Robin Hood film. We did this a long time
of my
ago.
friends fancy him.
The sexy fox.
I don't
from,
understand this fancying cartoon people.
So many people fancy the fox from. No, Fox. Is it
Robin
Fox
Hood is
and the
the
Hounds?
What? I'm so lost right now.
Robin
the
Hood
fox
is a fox.
Robin
in the
Hood is a
film.
fox. Sorry, it is the fox. Yeah, the fox in Robin Hood in the Disney film.
As
Can you
in
get it
Robin
up, please,
Hood.
Ims? Would you
What,
mind?
Robin Hood is
Robin
a fox?
Hood, the
The
fox.
Disney version of
I
Robin
think
Hood
I've had too much caffeine.
is a fox.
fella.
That's the one. Yeah, so many people
It's a fucking fox.
fancy the Disney fox.
Right, I'm moving on
Yeah,
now.
move on, babes.
Right, next one. Rosie is nominating her dad, Steve. Girls, I'm traumatized by what I've just witnessed. This could be a contender for Widow of the Week.
Week.
And this might need a gag warning. But don't worry, Anna, no discharge.
Hooray!
I've just been at my dad's and we were chatting as he was preparing some homemade chicken soup. He was defrosting and chopping up a raw chicken.
No, this is bad.
I can't
This
read
is
it.
actually bad. Do you want me to read it?
This is
Do
wrong.
you want to give it a try?
He was chopping up raw chicken and then proceeded to lick his fingers. I can't even touch chicken. I think I actually might be sick because I feel a bit icky because of all the caffeine I've drunk. Sorry, this is really bad. You should never do this. You shouldn't even touch raw chicken. I have to use 2 forks and a knife when I touch raw chicken.
Alex is like this. My Alex.
He licked raw chicken juice off his fingers. I obviously asked what the fuck he was doing and he said they were all sticky. I was horrified. Oh, this is making me feel gross. And said, what about salmonella? To which he said, nah, I've been doing it for years. That, father, does not make it better. I asked to never do that again in front of me. Then the cheeky git said to me, you stop dunking your biscuits in your tea then.
I mean, it's not the same, Dad.
Like that even compares. I can't get food poisoning from that. As you can imagine, I'm beyond disgusted. Oh, I feel sick and I can't get it out of my mind. I'm Rosie. My dad's called Steve. Love you, girls.
Hands down, the biggest weirdo ranko of the week this year.
That is so disgusting. I hate raw chicken.
I don't
It
think anyone
smells as
likes.
well.
Well, I don't like
raw chicken has a smell.
It's like poultry.
No, don't talk to me about it. Stop.
I was
Go
going
on.
to say something gross as well.
What?
But I heard from I think it was a TikTok of a woman who works with dead people. And apparently like
where
dead
is this going?
bodies smell like gone off chicken like times
I'm
1,000.
not listening.
Are you joking me, man?
Apparently
I'm not
that's what, like,
Lou's
a
not
dead
taking
body
her
smells
cans
like.
off,
I'm
so
not
she can't
listening
hear.
to her.
Like a rotting body smells like a
Smells like-
rotting chicken times 100.
You've heard it now. So I've heard. Remember Dahmer, Jeffrey Dahmer.
Oh, yeah.
So apparently pork.
Oh, for fuck's
Pork is like apparently it's
I
what
don't-
humans taste like.
Yeah.
Can I just say
So I
that-
don't eat
related
pork
to
anymore.
pigs.
As a vegetarian, it's not normal to eat dead, rotting, decaying flesh, which is essentially what you're eating
I had a
when it comes to meat and stuff. How long has it fucking been dead for? It's as soon as it's dead, it's rotting. It's decaying. Why would you want to eat that? That's what that fucking smell of chicken is. You're smelling decaying flesh. It's so disgusting. I'm sorry if you're cooking chicken listening to this.
I mean,
but
I do
don't know how
love.
you
I do love a bit of chicken.
Oh, no.
Succulent chicken. What?
I feel
So I
really
used to
icky.
work years ago in a pub.
I don't know if I want to hear this
No,
story.
no,
to
no.
be
I
honest.
don't think this is
I
as
feel a bit
gross.
sick.
This is as gross. Just my final
Making
word
me
on
feel
this.
dizzy.
But I used to work in a pub, and the chef used to prefer to eat raw sausages than a cooked sausage. And they would just literally take a raw sausage out the fridge and just eat.
No,
the raw.
you're in the room. I can't even take you off my ears. I tried to mute you then.
I mean,
but you were
I
there.
did think it was rank too. Everyone feels a
That's
bit ill,
gross.
guys. Sorry, but thank you for bringing that to the table, lovely lady.
I actually feel really sick.
Steve, it's always Steve's. We had Steve with his
The
spaffing
wanker.
in a bag the other week, and now we've got Steve the chicken licker. So, chicken licker, you are the weirdo of the year. Congratulations.
How has he not got salmonella? Like, he must have a stomach of steel.
Would you like to rant now, Lou?
No,
or would you just like to go to
I
bed?
just
you just want to
end this
leave. She just
podcast
wants to
and
leave.
the
We're
room and go
leaving.
and
We're
puke.
leaving. Right.
I want to go and puke.
She wants to.
That's fucking disgusting.
Right. Well, we'll say that's
I'm
it then.
ranting about Steve, actually.
Yeah,
That
go
is
on, rant at
disgusting,
Steve.
Steve. And you need to stop what you're doing immediately because you are going to die.
Yeah, Steve, that's not okay. You have been told, but we love the rant. We love the weirdo. Guys, keep it coming in, please. Of course, we're back. We're back on Monday.
Like that. It's disgusting.
We don't have to wait until then. Thursday we have LuAnna Totally Extra. We would love you Fanians to get involved because it is your
mouse.
I mean, she's in a bad way, guys. Just send your emails in, all of the guff, all the anecdotes, the Labour revenge stories, all of that kind of stuff.
Like those stories.
Yeah, those ones are good. My partner was a twat when I was in Labour because we want all of that. Emails to LuAnna at everythingluanna.com. WhatsApp is also a platform you can use. You can send a voice note or a message to 07745 266 947. Lou, we need them to do something though.
Follow our podcast, please. Tell someone about us. Make them listen.
Cough it up, kidder.
Hold on.
Oh, she's got the heavies.
Give us a 5-star rating and leave us a review. And we'll see you on Thursday. Bye for now.
Bye, guys.
Bitches.
And get it up, girl.